I forgot to add everybody to the stream. Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham.
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta.
Wow, David, you are a hot mess.
Apparently.
I forgot to get my intro beer, among other things that I forgot to do to start the thing.
Well, you showed up
So
after start time, which is not like you. I will give you credit. That is abnormal.
I was talking to a friend about Cinco de Mayo stuff, and we're trying to find a picture of us from Cinco de Mayo during a Braves game, and I kind of got stuck in the Facebook hole digging down trying to find pictures and stuff, and then I looked up. I'm like, oh crap, we start in 4 minutes. I need to head downstairs. So yeah, that's why I am late.
Been there.
But you like my new Georgia State shirt?
That's not a Georgia State shirt.
It is a Georgia State shirt. It is.
Is it?
It's a Bartlett shirt.
Yeah, Bartlett Panthers from our recruit Braylon. I can't think of his name right now. Braylon Ragland.
So
the
they are also
Bartlett.
Panthers with the same colors.
Well, that's a destiny right there. He's destined.
Do we have a knockoff high school?
Well, no, it's not the same. It's not the same Panther logo. It's just they are.
Because all the major programs have there's high schools out there that have knockoffs. I remember driving into Clemson, and right outside of town there was a whatever right outside there Bulldogs, and it had the Bulldog logo, like the UGA Bulldogs. I'm like, these are hated rivals.
Yeah, we should actually find wherever there's a Georgia State, because there's got to be some school somewhere that's using the Georgia State logo, just part of the whole NCAA. We got to find that. But my family this is where my family went to high school, and when they found out that we had a recruit coming to Georgia State, knowing how big of a fan I am, they got me this shirt to support Braylon Ragland. So
is that a violation somehow in some way? I don't know.
I mean, he's not starting quarterback yet, so I don't know.
Ooh, yet. Strong words.
Yet. So welcome back, guys. Good weekend. Got to see you guys over the weekend. That was fun. Baseball did good. Beach volleyball did better. Yeah, we had some good barbecue. We had some wine. It was a good time. Yep, got to eat my meat. We had a barbecue wine pairing thing down the street, which was fun. But yeah, on Georgia State stuff. Beach volleyball did great. Baseball did good. It was a good weekend for Georgia State in that regard. What do you guys want to talk about?
What happened with beach volleyball? Why was this weekend great?
Won the Sun Belt Conference Championship.
Whole shebang.
Always good.
Did not even give up a match point. So they do 5, because Ryan, I know you don't pay attention. There's 5 courts when they're playing in beach volleyballs. You've got 5 games, 5 matches going on at one time. It's first to 3 wins. Our ladies never lost a single one. They never gave up a point, and which is the only team in there that can say that obviously we won. But even going into the championship, we played Coastal for the second time. We beat Coastal in the semis, and then we beat them in the championship again. It was just pure dominance. The Georgia State beach volleyball team is in a class no other in this conference. They're it's like Tiger Woods back in the day. Everybody else in Sunbelt is playing for second place. Georgia State is the best beach volleyball team in conference, and it's not even close. And that's weird to say about any sport we have. So
it was, basketball for a long time, I guess. But Lafayette, I guess, was somebody that we could say was close.
We need to sink all our money into beach volleyball.
We're a beach volleyball school.
Get a natty.
We are most definitely a beach volleyball school. I know it's probably not the most competitive sport in college athletics, but if it were any more than it is, I'm sure Coach Van Fleet would be hired away by many of the programs. But she's done a great thing here. It's awesome. We're playing in the NCAA tournament starting on this Thursday. Sadly enough, we got a draw against Southern California, which is one team that we have never beaten since starting beach volleyball program. I think we're 0-5 against them, and we got a 14 seed, which I guess is fair because we're the 14th best team in the nation. So getting a 14 seed seems like that
fair.
Probably fits.
It depends on how they seed it all, but sure, I'll take it.
It seemed to be a bit of a slight to me, but 14 seed, 14th ranked, getting Southern Cal. That's the bummer. Hopefully, you never beat someone for the first time until you do. So maybe this Thursday time we do it down in Gulf Shores. They've got the long flight. They got to fly all the way over from LA to get here. It's not that long of a drive for our ladies. So yeah, we'll see how it's on Thursday.
You got to win sometime, right?
6 times the charm. I think that's the saying goes, right? Yeah.
I've heard it.
I think it's exactly. Yeah, don't let it be said that anybody beats our women's volleyball team 6 times in a row. That just doesn't happen. It's I think it's 4:00 on this Thursday on ESPNU. I was able to watch the conference championship on ESPN Plus, but this actually gets ESPNU coverage. Anybody can be able to watch that whole thing. But it's weird when they're doing it because you have, like I said, you have 5 courts at the same time. They just kind of bounce around from whichever court is like
active.
Something's going. Yeah, like when I was watching the very first round, we had 2 courts where we were just we were up by like 7 or 8 points, and then there was one that was kind of close, back and forth and everything, and that was the one they focused on, which is the more compelling story. Like, who cares about one court when you're up 19-7 and you played at 21? Yeah, we can go ahead and figure out what's going on there. But it was funny when I was watching, and one of these courts was, they made a comment like it's drawing a crowd. Like, people are starting to come over. This game is so close. This match is so close. It's drawing a crowd. And I saw LSU girls in the background watching the game. I'm like, LSU's not in our conference. And I know the Sun Belt has, affiliate members for beach volleyball, but it's like all, Bob School of Architecture type schools and everything. They don't have some of the bigger schools. And so I looked it up. The conference championship was being played in Huntsville, Alabama, on the exact same courts at the exact same time as the CCSA conference was being played. Championship was being played. So there was 2 conference championships tournaments happening at the exact same location on the exact same days. It was weird.
I didn't know 2-for-1 special or something like that.
I didn't know Huntsville, Alabama was such a beach volleyball powerhouse destination for championship games. It was kind of weird. So,
as much as you can be a powerhouse destination for that, if powerhouse is the word we'd even use, but sure,
it's Huntsville's not the ocean, right? They're on the ocean. Just kidding.
No, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was about to say next. Is one of the funny things about Georgia State being so good at beach volleyball is we're probably one of the most landlocked programs that sponsor beach volleyball, and then you take Huntsville and we're in one of the most remote spots in a very remote state from getting to a beach. It was just.
You know what we need to do? We need to pair up with Rita World to get some lazy rivers around our beach volleyball courts. They love water. We love beach volleyball. It's a match made in heaven.
I think we need to have a scoring metric for how many times Rita World comes up over the course of a year in the podcast, because it happens like every 4 or 5 episodes. Rita World gets re-mentioned again. Maybe that was the right direction. Maybe that's what we should.
I thought Huntsville was way closer to the ocean than it is. It is about as far away in Alabama as you can be.
Exactly.
I thought the Rockets were near the ocean.
No.
Wow.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Isn't
I only know that because I've been there one time.
Space camp?
I thought I was going towards the beach. And I'm like, where are we going? Where's this place?
The wrong way.
Can I go back?
I want to go to space camp, though. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I think they have an adult space camp. I heard about it.
Yeah, they do. And it's the same time as the kids' space camp. So you can send your kids to space camp and then you can stay at space camp yourself. Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Sounds like fun. So congrats to the ladies. Hopefully they do well on, I think Thursday is what it is, down in Gulf Shores. It's awesome. Beach volleyball school. I'm happy with it. Coach Van Fleet has done fantastic stuff here.
Yeah.
All right. Baseball?
Yeah, sure. What happened? Baseball, we scored a bunch of points, right? I mean, we basically hit just a shit ton of home runs all the time.
Yeah, and I'm just visualizing every single baseball fan out there like hitting you over the head with their baseball cap for saying points when it comes to a baseball game. It's runs.
Did I say points?
We score runs.
You did say points.
You said points.
I thought I said runs. Points. Like I heard runs come out of my mouth.
We got all the points in the baseball game.
Let's go back to the tape. We'll go back to the tape and we can.
That's fine. No, that's cool. We scored a shit ton of points, right?
17 points in one of our games. Yeah.
Nice.
The first game.
Look, it's not my fault that they don't use points. That's dumb. That's dumb on their side, not on my side. Everyone else's points.
Well, yeah, baskets, points. I guess it's points. Yeah,
2-pointer, 3-pointer.
Yeah, 1 runner. A grand slam's a 4-runner.
4-pointer.
No. Yeah. No, yeah, 17-9 in the first game. But even then, 17-9, it was 17-3 going into the 9th inning. And we give up 6 runs to make it 17-9. Yeah, I mean, like, I was not watching the game because we lose when I watch the game. Case in point, we're playing Vanderbilt right now, and we're down 9-3 last I was watching before we came on. But yeah, 17-9 on Friday, doubleheader on Saturday, 7-6 win in the first game on Saturday, down 6-0 going into the 7th inning, score all 7 runs in the 7th inning, and hold on to win that game, and then finish out the weekend 5-1. Marshall still is last place in conference. So this was a series that I thought we needed to sweep. We needed those conference wins. It took us from 11th place in the standings up to the 9th place in the standings, which in Sunbelt baseball, the top 10 teams make the conference tournament. So we were the first one out. We were the first one out. Now we're back in. We've got 3 series left in the conference. All 3 teams are ranked higher than us. So if we do very well, we could move up in the standings. But if we do very poorly, it's very easy for us to get dropped out back into the bottom 4.
Well, one of those is Southern, so that should be a sweep, right? You get 3 in a row there.
What are you talking about? They think they're a baseball school, right? Aren't they a baseball school? That's what they say.
They are a baseball school. It's true.
Well, except for the years that their basketball is good, then they're a basketball school, and then when their football team is good, then they're a football school.
Yeah, they love to live in the moment. Those
That's true. That was the most positive thing you've ever said about TDS. Right there. They live in the moment.
Whatever's working for them at the time, that's what they're going to be. So, yeah. Playing Vanderbilt right now. We're losing earlier. I'm assuming we're probably still losing. Something
I saw in the chat. You said their pitcher pegged one of our guys in the head.
Yeah, I think it was a starting pitcher. It was getting a little late in the game for him, and his pitches were getting a little wild. And it wasn't like an ear hit. It didn't like hit him in the center of the head. It was like kind of bounced off the back top of the helmet. Our guy Reineck did not seem to get fazed by it too much. He just kind of tossed his bat and started pulling off his gloves and heading to first base. So he wasn't hurt. But he
wasn't heading to the mound. Because I can understand that.
Yeah. No. We've already had that problem. Was it the first game of the season where we cleared the benches and like lost half the team for the rest of the weekend?
Look, you already told me all we got to do is be top 10 in the conference. So this game doesn't even matter. Just do it.
Unless they bench us for the next game.
True.
Oh yeah.
We need our players.
True.
Yeah, is this one of those weird games where we don't go the full slate? Remember we had one of those recently?
Oh, yeah. So there's like the 7 inning rule. But it's got to be if there's a 10-run difference or not at the end of the 7th inning. If both coaches had agreed to it prior to the game starting, the game's over.
It's like a mercy rule,
but effectively it's a mercy rule that they agreed to. I think that the SEC has it in play for their conference games. The Sun Belt has it as an option, but it's got to be the coaches agree to it ahead of the game. So I think when weather's bad or something like that, the coaches will say like, hey, let's try to finish this one as fast as possible. If it's 10 runs, difference at 7, let's just call that a game.
Well, we can score 10 runs in an inning. So I don't see why we would step back from that. I mean, we've done it before.
So far, we're at 2 while we've been talking, so it's 5 to 10 right now.
See, we're coming back.
5 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, top of 7. 2 outs though, but we got a man on second. So
plenty of time.
Got time.
They drive back from Vandy tonight, right? Oh no, not good. They'll drive back from Nashville tonight, right?
I would think so. I mean, it's 4 hours, right? No,
less than
2 hours.
What? No, it's more. It's like 4 or 5 hours.
It's like 3.5. It's like 3.5 hours.
3.5.
It's pretty good. No, it's up there, man. Driving home tonight would suck a lot.
They're not driving. Someone else is driving.
They're not going to be in. They're not going to be in their like Hyundai Elantra driving back in a bunch of like a chain of cars.
That'd be hilarious.
Together.
If there's all of them driving together.
That would be very Georgia State of the whole thing.
Sorry, guys, no bus. Drive your cars.
Just pile in.
Like,
yeah.
If you scored, you don't have to drive. If you got an error, you do have to drive. Yeah. That'd be very Georgia State. But no, I'm sure they have like the little Panther Express shuttles going back and forth, right?
What?
That'd be amazing.
I really hope they're staying in Nashville. Holy crap. It is 9:15 right now and they're still playing.
I bet they come back. They got class tomorrow. School's in session.
How do we know? How can we find this out? I want to put money on it. I want to put $5 that they stayed up there.
All right, I'll reach out to my sources and find out. $5 says they stayed in Nashville overnight and come back tomorrow morning. All right.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right.
Remind me that I.
Are you both in?
Sure.
Oh,
we're both
about
in
PBR
each.
Yeah. There we go.
What? No, $5 a piece. But if I lose, I have to give you each $5.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll both give you $250 each if we lose, and you give us both $5.
No.
I like it. I like your thinking, David. It's good. Solid.
Not how that works.
Solid logic right there.
No. No, if I lose, I got to pay $10. If you guys lose, you each only pay $5.
Let's go.
Good deal.
All right, cool. Whatever you say, Ryan. However your weird math works.
Who's your person?
Oh, I mean,
you're gonna lie to me.
We know people.
You're not gonna lie to me, right?
I'm gonna tell you they stayed there. So,
well, if they stayed there, I won.
Sorry. So they left. I'm sorry. Yeah. See, I'm already messing up the lie. Can't even figure out how to do it correctly.
Oh shit.
So.
No, wait, they left. Ah!
Which one gets me money?
They're on the bus right now, coming home.
Yeah. So, anyhow, Texas State this weekend, and then Trash Down South, and Trash Down South here, and then at ODU in the season in conference. I think I didn't write that down. I think that's how the season ends. So, yeah. And still, I have not made it to a baseball game a home baseball game this season that was actually played in Panthersville, and I can't go to the Trash Down South week.
To Tech.
Well,
sure.
I went to.
You got 3 chances.
I was at Tech and Georgia at both of the losses. Right? No, did we win that one? We lost that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost.
Irrelevant. This is. All right, on to a different subject.
We should go to the Southern game.
I can't go. I got stuff going on that weekend. I got family in town.
No.
Yep.
Drag them with you. They'll love it. No.
I do tell my mother-in-law that she just comes to town to watch football with me because I have football on whenever she's here. So
just tell her you're going to watch football and then take her to the baseball game.
It's like Mother's Day weekend.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah. Anyhow, NFL draft was this past weekend, and the Sun Belt had 9 players drafted.
That's
3 of which, well, it's actually the highest for G5 conferences if you consider the teams that are leaving the American to go to Big 12. So it was the most drafted by a G5 conference.
Solid showing, man. That's what you're trying to say.
But the thing that I found the reason why I'm bringing this up, what I found interesting about it was 3 of those players were all on Old Dominion, which is one of our few wins we had this past season. So we played a team of 3 NFL drafted players, and we beat them, and we couldn't beat Monroe or Charlotte. who had no one drafted.
Those are the ones that hurt so bad.
You say couldn't beat them. I think the problem here is that we very clearly could and just didn't.
We chose not to. It was a choice, active, right?
Should have
actively chose to lose. Yeah,
guys, I do. So here's the deal. I think Granger next year is going to show me what's what.
So you mean he's either going to prove you right or wrong on that he's good or bad? He's just going to be either good or bad.
I think he's going to prove me wrong.
He just wanted to wait a year to do it.
No, I think he's just ready. Like I think he's had it in him, and I think he's ready.
It's all our constant encouragement that he's been hearing.
Yeah,
if he's got it in him,
it's the off season like chest thumping on my part probably, but whatever.
If he's got it in him, I want to get it out of him because we got to see something on the field.
We did see it against Ball State in wherever the hell Alabama, the capital Alabama, wherever that is. We saw it. The guy balled out, man, and I know he's not gonna. I don't think he can live up to that day in and day out, but he can average a lot better than he has averaged in the past.
Well, what I would say is, and I like to give zero credit to Sunbelt teams because this conference sucks and I want to get out of it. But I would say that pretty much every team in the Sunbelt East is better than Ball State. I think that's safe to say. But Monroe is not, and neither is Charlotte. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. And really, it doesn't matter because we've played plenty of teams that were not nearly as good as any of them and still done bad. we barely beat Kennesaw. We lost to Kennesaw, didn't we?
No, we beat them. We were down.
I thought we lost to them
big.
1 year.
It was a comeback.
We've only played them one time.
Yeah. We had to it was like a last minute bullshit thing that we thank God.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we were down 21-3 or 21-7 or something going into the half and managed to come back. I don't know if they scored in the second half, but we managed. And I was going to say something wrong. I was thinking about wasn't it Tennessee State that beat us? That Darren Granger was the quarterback there, or somebody wasn't Darren Granger on a team before he came here? Furman.
Yeah.
Is that who it was? Yeah.
It was
that beat us here. Yeah.
Sounds right. I mean, Tennessee State also beat us here. So
to begin the Sean Elliott era and open up Center Park Stadium
Park era.
Yeah.
Did we lose to South Carolina State? I feel like we did.
What?
South Carolina State. Yeah.
They're like Bulldogs, I think, right? I think they're Bulldogs.
In the Bill Curry time frame, sounds like it.
If it was Curry or what's his face?
Miles.
Miles. I was gonna call him Eagle.
But so that's an HBCU, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that was the school that taught me that HBCUs recruit weirdly because they had an offensive lineman or something that was a 4-star and he was a big old boy, and he just was destroying us.
I'm sure.
The sad thing about Georgia State football is if you pick any team we've ever played, chances are they beat us. They've beaten us at least once. At least one time they've beaten us.
If it's a blind pick 'em, we pick loss because chances are we lost.
The list of teams that we have a winning record against is very, very small. Especially if you take that to FBS level. FCS, we have a few extra wins in there, but it's
just because we won one and dipped.
Exactly. Yeah, right. I think
correction.
What you got? What's that?
We didn't lose to Furman because Dan Ellington threw some crazy pass at the very end.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. I was like, we beat them though. We had Dan Ellington, of course we beat them.
Dan was pretty good, man.
Not his first year. His first year was that 2-win that stained year from Coach Elliott. That the season that gives Coach Elliott's record gets it below 500. That 2-10 season. So,
I would say that during a 2-10 season, it's kind of rough to be a fan.
That was 2019 though. That was a good
year. 2019
was
that was
yeah.
That was the Tennessee year.
That was Tennessee year. We were high coming off that.
That's
win.
right.
Woo!
That's right. We had beaten Tennessee in Knoxville 38-31 and then came in and almost lost to Furman. Got that win. Went to Western Michigan.
Georgia State, right?
Went to Western Michigan, got the shit knocked out of us by Western Michigan, and then went down to San Marcos or Texas State, and I think went to like 3 or 4 overtimes or something, and we ended up coming short on that end of the stick too. So we went from beating an SEC team to barely beating an FCS team and back-to-back losses, 2-2.
Yeah. But all we remember, key, is that Tennessee win. So,
yeah, that Furman score is not a big mural on the back of the scoreboard when you walk into the stadium there. They don't have that on there. They don't have that Western Michigan loss.
We're all sitting here looking up the scores on this to like figure it out because we could all be like, oh yeah, we beat Tennessee, but we could not tell you who else we beat.
Nothing past that point. Although that was pretty good that you knew we lost to Western Michigan off the top of your head.
Yeah. Oh man, because I was so high on the team. I mean, you beat Tennessee, and even though the Furman win was as bad as it was, all right, we're 2-2. I think this is the first time we'd ever started 2-2 in program history. We've never been 2-0. We've never been 2-0 to start a season. So yeah, this is it. Western Michigan, it's a directional school. They all suck. They're all horrible. A MAC team. Yeah, why not beat them? And then that was a bad game, wasn't it? It wasn't like 40-something to like 12 or some absurd score like that.
Didn't they have a first-round pick that year?
Just 57-10.
57-10. That's when they had that badass coach, right? That coach that was like super offensive powerhouse coach, whatever.
Maybe. I think they had a first round. I think they had a first like a number 3 pick or something as well.
Yeah.
It was weird, but it was one of those other enlightening moments for me where I was like, man, as long as you can get on the field, like the NFL will find you in the FBS, in the FCS, they'll find you if you can get on the field and ball out. It doesn't matter.
It's almost like you should actually want to go to a smaller program with worse competition because then you're the guy like. Yeah, I had 34 sacks this season. Yeah, you were playing against guys that were 2 feet shorter than you. Like,
well, thank God I got 34 because if I got 12, I understand why you were upset. But I got 34.
Exactly. Or a quarterback that scores a touchdown.
Sacks? Holy shit!
What was it like? Almost 3 a game.
That'd be amazing. We would. I mean, that whoever did that would be. I mean.
That's like Bobby Boucher numbers right there. Yeah, Bobby Boucher.
we could start calling him Waterboy. That's right.
Shade numbers. Yeah, I can't write stuff on napkins. I'm trying to write on a napkin because it's the only paper I have down here.
Are you writing down my team your name?
Your Granger bet.
My episode name I threw up there.
Granger's gonna make it happen this year.
Beach volleyball school. The beach volleyball school, it's funny to say, but it's kind of like that whole trash down south crap, living in the moment type deal. Like, it's disrespectful to everything that the football, the basketball, the baseball, the softball, the golf, the soccer, the indoor volleyball, the track and field all have put together. So
well, I'm glad you're against saying it now that I said it, because every other single freaking time it's been me who's like, why do you have to pick? So it's cool. I'm glad you're finally against me here.
I'm dead serious. Put money in beach volleyball. I'm not
Georgia State
kidding earlier.
Georgia State everything school. That's what we are.
That's right. We excel at all sports.
Exactly.
We're a sports school.
We have sports. That's our thing. Georgia State.
We have the sports.
We've got sports. We have.
It's like the Arby's. We have the meats. We have the sports.
We have the sports.
Is it meat? Has anyone figured out if it's really meat?
What do you mean? At Arby's?
Arby's used to be pretty good. I used to like Arby's.
I haven't been there in forever.
Arby's is solid.
Their little sandwiches have gotten a lot smaller, or I've gotten significantly larger.
Well, you get different sizes of that sandwich. So if you got the smallest one, then it was small.
No, I mean, I'm not I know a lot of people swear by the beef and cheddar. I am just a traditional roast beef sandwich, just the regular roast beef sandwich. And I feel like that's the size of what the junior roast beef used to be. It's a tiny little thing. It's got like, an ounce or two of meat on it. It's not even like as a kid, my mom fed me a lot of fast food. As an adult, I don't eat it that often. But when I have gotten Arby's, I feel like this is a tiny little small. It's almost like a crystal slider of roast beef sandwich now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That small, huh?
I used to eat there all the time. When I worked at CNN, there was an Arby's in the CNN Center, and I would eat there all the time. Once the Wendy's closed, I ate at Arby's a lot because the Wendy's I ate at that a lot.
Arby's sauce, like there's no other reason to go to Arby's other than Arby's sauce. I need
Arby's
like
sauce,
the pepper sauce at Arby's is really good.
2 or 3 of those little Arby packets on that tiny little regular roast beef sandwich. Like I want it to be like a sloppy dripping sandwich,
like an au jus. Like you want to dip it.
Oh yeah. If they had an option, if they had an option,
a bucket,
to dip the roast beef into the sauce before putting it on the burger, the bun, yes. Sign me up. I subscribe. Make it sloppy.
They do have a French dip. It is garbage. It is trash. Do not get a French dip from Arby's.
That sounds wrong to begin with, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to not think I liked all the other Arby's sandwiches, so I was like, oh, I like French dips, I'll get that. And I was like, man, this is shit. This is garbage.
I don't like anything from France as a general rule, but they used to have, I don't know if they still do or not. They had the market fresh sandwiches. It was like almost like a deli sandwich between 2 slices of like really thick bread. And I got, this was probably almost 20 years ago, but I would get those. There was Arby's by my office back then. Actually, back, Tim, up in your neck of the woods.
Still there.
And I'd go there quite often. I had to stop getting sodas from them because they switched to Pepsi, and I'm like, Atlanta, Coke, that's going to be a thing.
Dead to me.
They had a chicken bacon ranch market fresh sandwich that was to die for. I mean, for fast food, it was probably like $8.
You said ranch.
Yeah, I'm not a ranch fan. I'm not even a ranch fan. And it was amazing. It was great. I loved it.
I feel like they had a cranberry turkey something, maybe.
Probably.
One of those market sandwiches. Yeah, I remember having that. It was pretty good.
Arby's often does things like they've got one that's like called the Mountain or something, and they've got like brisket and like roast beef and bacon and something else. It's like this massive mound of food. It's delicious. It's really good, but
it's just a coronary bypass type.
Yeah, I mean it's I got it like once or twice and was like, no, I can't keep eating this.
That's what my wife gets. She's addicted to Jimmy John's, and she gets the gargantuan, which is literally like every meat they have. Like,
just throw it all on there.
Everything. It's every single, like all the hams, the turkeys, the salamis, the capola, all that kind of crap and everything. So I mean,
Jimmy John's is not good.
It's super polarizing at my office.
It's so weird how much people love that shit. Like the difference, I would say, of any sandwich is going to be the bread quality, and like their bread just is like it's fine.
Oh, that's what my wife loves. She loves the bread. That's what she loves.
That's what I'm saying. Your difference is going to be the bread. It's fine, I guess.
We know. To bring this back into Georgia State at least a little bit, somewhat. One of the things, like going to Hero Donuts and getting the burger or their breakfast sandwiches, whatever. That's her thing. It's like she loves the burger because she loves the bun. She loves
bun. It's a good
burger. It's a good burger though.
It is a good burger too. That dad burger is delicious.
The only thing with their burgers is I feel like it really should be eat on premises, because if you you live super close, but I live close. I'm not very far away. I'm a couple of exits down the highway. When I get home, it's all that grease and deliciousness, all that delicious fat has melted into the bun. And it's like I just have this big
soggy
mess to eat, and it's delicious, and I love it, and I do it. But I feel like if I got it fresh right there inside the place, it would be a much easier eat.
I've done that a couple of times, but I usually order it to go and just eat in front of the TV. It'll be like a Wednesday thing, so I can like watch Mandalorian or whatever else is coming out on Wednesday on Disney.
Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus.
You know what? I haven't seen any of the new season of that. We're totally last calling it right now.
Yeah, we're way off. But do we have any Georgia State things to talk about?
Not really, but I got I've got a little Sunbelt thing or NCAA thing to talk about. I find this amusing. I find this hilarious. James Madison had put in a waiver to get their second year of transitional to FBS, removed, so they could be a full member FBS, participate in the postseason, and everything. And that was denied.
I feel like you have to ask, but also, why are we making an exception out of you? We created a rule, and we're not gonna just opt you out because reasons.
And to my knowledge, this waiver has never been successful. They've never allowed a team to bypass it. It does sound like if there was ever a team that was in a position to transfer outside of the precautions of this rule, it would have been James Madison, because they had the COVID year, they had the extra kids that were able to stay on, so they had higher scholarship numbers. If this rule is in place for the safety of the kids, transitioning up, they don't want to get them pummeled by FBS teams. They already have the bigger roster. They've already played a season. And,
wait, they're playing FBS teams, so how are they not going to get pummeled by FBS teams? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Okay, all right, yeah.
For the kids, right?
I really just needed to voice my confusion on that, and I'm really glad that no one else understood either.
So while I understand it, and it turns out that there were student athletes from every SBC member school wrote into the appeal supporting James Madison not having another year of transitionalness. But I like it because I feel like the James Madison fans have way too much arrogance going on, and they need to be knocked down a peg and let them know you're not bigger than what you're in.
Not special. You're not special.
You're not special. You're not special at all. You're subject to all the rules the rest of us were subject to. So eat a D.
Didn't the CAA, including JMU, keep us in the CAA somehow? Didn't they vote to keep us somehow, not let us go or something?
We just weren't eligible for postseason, and let's face it,
right.
we
weren't going anyway.
It's
there was something else the CAA did to us that James Madison supported.
No, that's the equivalent of someone giving me a basketball and saying you're not allowed to dunk the ball. I'm like, okay, I'm not allowed to dunk the ball. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
Maybe James Madison.
I'd be dunking all day if you just gave me the chance.
I really wanted to dunk the ball. I know I can do it, but you won't let me. So
maybe James Madison supported us having the 2-year rule against us.
I don't remember what it was. I really thought CAA enforced something against us. They didn't have to. And
we were like 6 years into having a football program before we actually had a legit full season, because when you start football, you're basically independent, and then we transitioned to FCS.
We had one proper season in 6 or 7 or something.
I don't know if we even had a proper season before we announced moving to FBS. That put us in 2 years transition into that. And I remember our punter, the punting game was so good that season that if we were at, if we were at FCS, a fully recognized FCS team, which we should have been, then it would have set the NCAA record for the fewest yards allowed on punts. If we were a fully FBS team, it would have been the fewest yards ever allowed in NCAA history. But because we were in transition, his records do not stand in either divisions of the football. And I'm like, that's garbage.
Yep.
That's garbage. So
Tim, where'd you go?
He's there. His camera's just off, I guess.
All right. Turning off or something.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That definitely in last call material now.
Well, I feel like it was fine because I didn't cuss.
It's true. I said jerk.
Exactly. And he got quiet, man. He's not even answering us. He's just sort of fumbling around back there in the dark.
Who knows what's going on? Oh, there he's at.
There's a spider on the wall. I want to kill it.
All right.
All right.
Hey, I completely agree with you, David. Screw them. They're arrogant, and wait your 2 years. That's it.
And also, purple's an ugly color, so that's what you get for having.
Great color.
I like purple. Yeah.
No, purple's stupid.
Purple's awesome.
You like pink?
As a father of 2 girls, I'm forced to like.
You
pink.
have to.
Whether I like it or not, it's there.
Different story, but
yes. All right. College football playoff schedule got announced this today, which obviously has a big bearing on us because we're winning the 2025 national championship
right here.
So was that the 2024 season though? Because we're gonna win the 2025 season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So everything's the same this year. They're still doing the 4 teams, but then the next year is when they'll start the 12 teams with the home sites for the first 4 games. It's interesting. They're having to do some Thursday and Friday college football playoff games because of the NFL and everything. Which I mean, I don't really understand it. I guess like after college football regular season is concluded, the NFL does start doing a lot of games on Saturdays and Sundays just to make use of that extra time slot, whatever. But I was kind of surprised that they had to move to Thursdays and Fridays for the games.
They didn't have to, but it's the right move for them to just. I'm okay with it. Like we're gonna get some really good football on days that we normally wouldn't.
Well, three of these venues are NFL stadiums.
Yeah.
You got Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, and University of Phoenix Stadium that's doing this, right?
Was that Arizona?
That's where the Fiesta Bowl is,
Arizona,
right?
Dallas, and us. Is that what you're saying?
And then the Rose Bowl, but that's
and Miami.
What's AT&T? Is that Dallas or Houston?
It's Dallas. Arlington, technically, but yes, Dallas.
Arlington's it's not a real place, but
Dallas Cowboys.
Called Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically a bunch of strip malls around the stadium.
New Jersey. New Jersey's not a real place because it's.
Oh my God, it shouldn't be. It should not be a real place.
Hey, now don't hate on Jersey.
I wouldn't hate on all of Jersey, but Jersey up there, up near New York, Jersey up near New York is garbage.
Jersey is just all garbage.
Nah, my grandpa lived in near Princeton for a long time, and it is beautiful out there.
It's possible for your grandfather to live in garbage. I mean, like it's just
no. And I'm telling you, my experience when I visited him was that it was really pretty. It was like a really pretty area. It was nice.
Just because his license plate said Garden State did not make it a nice place to live in.
I know, but driving around and looking at all the nice things,
it looked nice. But Ryan, it was really just all garbage.
Whoops! I guess my child eyes didn't understand.
Yeah, New Jersey's not that great.
It's really just get out of Newark and Elizabeth, and you're fine.
Yeah, Newark sucks. I'll admit that.
Yeah, everyone admits that. People in Newark admit that. Nobody has Newark pride. That's not a thing.
Newark. Hoboken's pretty cool. Hoboken's
nice. Yeah.
Is that New Jersey? I have no
right on the other side of the water. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the train station that went into the Twin Towers. Like the stop in New Jersey going in was Hoboken's station. So a lot of people were lost in Hoboken. But it's literally 1 square mile the way that Hoboken is laid out, and it has the record of having the highest number of bars per square mile, like in the entire country.
That's a good rule. That's a good record to have.
Yeah. So, but a good buddy of mine moved there after college, and I visited several times. We had a lot of fun in Hoboken. It's a younger crowd. It was all your recent college grads with their jobs like in New York City and stuff. And couldn't afford to live in New York City because they could live in Hoboken. It was fun. I liked Hoboken a lot. Plus, it's just fun to say Hoboken.
Obviously, you think that you have not stopped saying it for like the last 5 minutes.
How many times you go to Hoboken?
Hoboken. I was probably there a dozen times or so. But another thing with the college football playoff is right now the championship game is going to be played on MLK Day in January 20th or something like that. So there's consideration. Well, there's considerations to kind of back up the season. And so right now we have those week 0 games for those teams that play at Hawaii. They get to have a preseason game type thing. And they're talking about making week 0, week 1 to kind of move the entire football season up. So instead of starting on, Labor Day weekend, starting on the week before that, which means I would no longer have a problem about Dragon Con being opening weekend. So that works out well for me.
There'd still be football that weekend. We're not eliminating the conflict.
Yeah, but opening day is very, very hard to convince yourself to miss, and week 2,
if it's a home game, you're going.
So they're gonna really move the whole thing.
Going. It's in consideration. It's something for them to talk about doing is moving in all of college football season up 1 week. Okay. 1 week. Yeah. And that way to give them less time to, for whatever reason, to interfere with NFL. But as it stands, the I guess it's the quarterfinal games will be played like December 20th, like basically the week after, 2 weeks after your conference championship games, and at home sites with the first 4 teams getting buys. First 4 teams getting top 4 teams getting buys.
I like that. It doesn't eat into the bowls, right? Like you have your 2 playoff games the first round at the sites, and there aren't bowl game slots being taken up by 4 teams, right?
And the Peach Bowl becomes a permanent playoff bowl.
It's good for you, right?
Oh yeah, my Falcons PSL bank account very much loves the idea. We sold they also announced that 2024, that very first year, the national championship game will be played here in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz. So I think I made like $10,000 off those tickets last time. So
yeah, but you're going to be going to the game because we're going to be playing in it, right?
In 2025. In 2025, I'll be going when I need to make the money off of 2024 to afford the ticket to go to 2025. Yeah, exactly. So good talk, guys.
Good talk. I think we're 46 minutes in. We're probably good.
Yeah, let's move on to the last call.
Yeah, I got some trash about the trash down south we can talk about in last call if you guys want to do that.
Talk about Ricky Bobby Jr.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
I'm interested. I'll show up because I don't know what you're saying, but I want to know.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. This was kind of a weird episode, but I had a good time talking about Arby's. So we're going to go over to last call, talk some more, drink some more. A little bit more flamboyant language will be used because we will be talking about the trash down south a little bit. You can find it on our page.
I slipped a couple times.
Find it on our Patreon page at patreon.com/stateofatlanta. It is free of charge. Comes out delayed on Friday. If you remember, you get it immediately as long as access to our private group chat. Discuss on our merchandise, whatever we can do for our members to help pay for the channel. So that's it for me, I think. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.